This is a special edition for Create Your World. I'm going to share with you some things that you'll probably never see here again and I haven't shown before. Did you know that you and I are under attack? We're under attack daily, coming at us through our smartphones, the internet, through all these devices and influences people around us have. There is things going on with AI and fake news, especially in times of war, that would blow your mind. I'm going to share with you a couple of sources. One of them is because of where I am right now, I can't see all of the internet usually. There is a show that's got more than 300 episodes now. They post weekly called The China Show. And I'm going to take a clip of one of their episodes. You're welcome to look them up and see the full episode online. I think it's episode 306, but their normal episodes run like 2 hours. So I'm only going to show you a little bit. But keep in mind, I do not dislike China or any other country. I think that there are views the government has in a country that maybe I don't see eye to eye with or agree with. But the people and the land itself isn't something that I'm against. Keep an open mind in listening to what is being shared and how we can apply it to our daily life, because I think it can make a difference. It is something to pray for, and it's something to be aware of. And I feel like I'm not doing you a service if I don't share it.
China is pumping out left, right, and center. Everything all over the Chinese internet is fake news about how America is losing the war with Iran.
Yeah, so you can see the amount of views these things are getting. Wow.
Racking it up. And they're posting AI videos. They're posting fake content. They're doing this like crazy, and they're not getting any scrutiny from the Chinese government. Just play a bunch of these.
Yeah.
They're taking
that's
off.
millions and millions of views.
And they're doing this for a reason. I mean, look at this B-2 bomber that's crashed in the
I think the scale's a little off on that one.
But you see this, like, these are, the average Chinese person might actually believe this stuff.
This, by the way, we see this it was about American Special Forces soldiers are being captured by Iranian forces. I saw this going around on Twitter.
Yeah.
And being shared as fact.
Well, yeah, I was going to get to that. This is spreading over into Western internet.
Yes, exactly. Right. And that's the main reason.
Now, I understand that there's going to be a ton of like misinformation period during wartime, but China's really contributing to that.
Yeah.
Like at a large scale. And they'll take down like a token post or whatever and be like, oh, that was fake. And meanwhile, there's, 100,000 other posts that are allowed to proliferate. And remember, China's got a closed internet. This stuff is, if it exists, it's endorsed by the government.
Correct. You see, you could never post anything to do with war that gets these kind of views. The channel posting a lot of this AI stuff started out with already 500,000 followers, and every video is getting like 10 million, however many millions of views, tens of millions of views per video of these fake, like, oh, Iran just hit Tel Aviv and blew it up. Oh, look, these American B-2 were shot down and American soldiers were captured. This kind of nonsense. That kind of thing is a big no-no if it's anything other than just hating on America. So you hate on America, you create this fake stuff that's misinformation, and it's allowed. And it's allowed to spread. But if they said one thing like, oh, China failed in some way, or the Communist Party something, or even if you say like Russia's bad or Iran's bad, it gets taken down.
Yeah, because they need to support their brothers in arms.
So the fact, and I keep saying this, and you just said it now, if it's allowed to proliferate on the Chinese internet, it means it's been endorsed by the Communist Party.
Correct.
Because they have such a tight control over everything, and especially if something gets views. And I mean, just a couple of thousand views already. If it starts to get popular, it gets flagged. And they've got a person, first they got all these algorithms and AI and stuff, but they got a person who will go and look at it and say like, is this okay or not? If it's even slightly against their rules, they get rid of it. They remove the video off the entire internet. They remove any mention of it. Any keywords, if you try to search for it, are gone. And the person who posted them will get their channel shut down and banned and get a visit from the police.
Yeah.
So the fact that you got millions and millions, tens of millions of views on all these videos means they know about it, they like it, they give it the thumbs up, and they let it fly.
Well, let's look at some of this in detail. I think it's going to be important for people to understand China's role in this whole thing.
For sure.
Because this is official too. This is not just social media, because, here's the deal. China will use social media to launder its opinions.
Yes.
They do not dare challenge the U.S. or Trump or anything publicly with their foreign ministers or something, right?
Yeah.
Not with this. But what they will do is allow bazillions of people to put out all this nonsense that they do want them to put
Sure.
out, right?
So it's not just social media, it's the official state news, and there's fake
Iranian
accounts,
hypersonic
and there's
missiles and
bots.
advanced unmanned
Aerial
vehicles bypass the U.S.-made THAAD missile defense system has struck Israel, including Israeli defense military building and the airport there. But this Chinese guy,
Yeah, there's a Chinese guy in Israel, and he's like, wait, what?
What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, so this is on the 6th, by the way.
I just wanted to show you it's in state media.
Yeah, so he's like, look, they said that they hit this building, but like, it's fine.
Yeah.
So he's getting his news. He sees, oh, look, Iran hit
Tel Aviv,
yeah,
and he
Tel
goes,
Aviv.
I live here.
I'm like, let me go look. And he's
Yeah.
like, wait, there's nothing wrong.
Comes downstairs, gets breakfast. He's like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's like, oh, interesting. So he posted that. But that's Chinese official state media putting that out there. China's playing a massive role behind the scenes to spread disinformation and also spread
Pro-Iran
division.
stuff. Yeah.
So you heard it. There's a lot of disinformation. There's fake accounts. There's bots. There's AI produced things.
We have these accounts called China Live.
Look at when it was joined.
It was joined in February 2026.
Okay,
and
so-
then it was verified this month.
So it was.
And they changed their name.
It was created after the conflict started.
Yes.
I can guarantee you. Like most of these you're about to see. So China's gone out and created a whole bunch of propaganda.
On February 28th.
Yeah,
Probably.
exactly. Yeah, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
It would have been then. So what we call these are synthetic propaganda relays.
Mm-hmm.
That's the correct terminology for them.
They run them out of Pakistan. They run them out of China, Hong Kong, all these
These
places.
are not real people.
No.
These are just accounts run by teams or by bots or whatever the case.
So this is important. Can you read this?
It says Iran bought millions of fake military equipments, fighter jets, air defense, tanks, and fighter jets from China to trap American and Israeli Air Force.
So let's have a look at this.
Mm-hmm.
This was very interesting because they shared videos of
Yes.
this.
Yes, these inflatable. By the way, what is the flag on the side of that? Germany and Japanese.
Yeah.
So they have all these inflatable Party City tanks and rocket launchers or whatever.
It says a weapon that costs only a few dozen dollars. Who says that, by the way? It's not cookies. Yeah, it's realistic enough to fool missiles worth millions from the United States and Israel. No wonder Donald Trump doesn't want to keep fighting. It's simply too expensive.
This is playing into this narrative that, like, you know, they can for pennies cost the Americans millions. You know, they did that with the whole Shahed drones and all that type of thing. But now it's like China's stepping in to do this.
Yeah.
So it's just another China, you know, bot, which, by the way, you'll see in a second is just...
This has such nefarious goals.
Also, like,
though.
why would it have PLA markings on it or whatever, PLAF markings on it if it was in Iran?
This is the kind of stuff that filters down into ABP media, like
Yes,
Western
American
social
Bad
media.
Party.
This is on Western social media, guys.
Yes, it is.
This is a demoralization effort.
It is.
Next on North Korea TV, the very real account.
Yeah.
Anyway, you get the idea. But if we go to the actual account,
Yeah, I think I was trying to figure out which, you know,
when was it made?
March 2026 from West, same as the other one. See, West Asia
Yeah.
connected via web. So they've got, you know, they have these big sort of bot farms set up, and to connect via the web makes total sense because then you use computers to do it rather than cell phones. They just connect to them, and it's all like software that does this. These things are being created en masse. We saw recently that, what was it, 10 million fake accounts?
10 to 15 million
Yeah.
fake accounts acknowledged by head of product
That's a
at
lot.
Twitter.
Yeah, at Twitter. So, you know, I don't know how many they're making now to spread this propaganda.
Oh my god.
But they're all, by the way, sharing the exact same thing.
Yep. Let's have
And
a
this
look.
inflatable thing is what kind of got us into it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
China wants you to think that America just wasted hundreds of millions of dollars on weaponry to blow up balloons.
By the way, there has been zero evidence that this has happened at all.
None.
There's not one.
Zero evidence. Some
Yeah.
I doubt the Department of War is too concerned about inflatable tanks from
Yeah,
China. Okay?
exactly.
I think they have good enough technology to figure out what their
The
targets
radars
are.
and the heat signatures, they know exactly. They're very precise at what they hit.
The greatest military in the world is not
Exactly.
being tricked by frickin' World War I or World War II era tactics here.
Exactly.
Okay?
Party City inflatable tanks.
Exactly. So if you can get a ton of people, let's say millions of people around the world to watch that and believe it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
then you've succeeded because now those people are going to be less likely to want to fund some sort of military effort. By
Yeah,
the
they think their
US.
taxpayers' money is being wasted on blow-up dolls. And it's true.
Yes.
It's true, though. You saw that thing got, when I took that screenshot, 5.8 million views. That was like a day or two ago.
That
it's probably
is-
got...
disinfo,
Yep.
demoralization.
Yep.
This is against the goals of the U.S. administration right now.
Sure.
This is to be taken seriously.
And we're going to show you why it needs to be taken seriously, because it's a massive concerted effort on behalf of the Chinese government. Where, look at this. This is another one. China News, ENX.
When did it join?
March 2026. Also a web, also West Asia, same thing. So it's all from the same place, right?
Yeah.
You take a look. They're all sharing the same things.
So they're doing the blow up stuff. They're doing pro-Iran.
And this is another one, by the way. Take a look. China Live X. I think this is the one that shared that 10 million one.
Okay.
Look, it's got 103,000 followers, dude.
And it joined weeks ago.
Yeah. In
Weeks.
February. This is the one that shared the blow up doll thing initially that got so many views. I've been on Twitter for years now, like a decade at least now. I don't know how many followers I have. Maybe like, I don't know,
60,000 or
somewhere around there. Yeah. It's not even close to this, what they got in like a couple of weeks. Because
They're bots.
It's bots.
It's government.
It's government. It spreads everywhere, right? It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the things that they said. This is another one. Look, new_Tris, China in English. Also, this one joined November.
That one's a little
It's
earlier.
an older one, yes, but it's part of the system.
They're used for other purposes.
They've got
too.
so many of these things, you know? So just to show you, China Live reposted China News. So China News posts this, and China Live reposts it, and all these other ones repost this stuff about
1.9 million views, by the way, on a new account's post for Iran propaganda. They're all reposting each other.
Yep.
China in
English.
English. Wow.
Tucker Carlson warns.
That's by the way, another one of these accounts.
Yes, China in English _new_Trez, you know? It's all these like, let's divide America.
Yep. Yes, but it's these ones too. Look at this, the red pill. They often imitate either left-wing or right-wing accounts when they're just Chinese state, right? So never put American politics in your mind about this stuff.
Yeah.
They will go ultra-left and ultra-right and pretend to be Americans and then say, oh, I'm here to tell you the truth.
So don't get over politicized, because you'll just skip the critical thinking. It'll be completely absent.
When you see these right-wing accounts or left-wing accounts or whatever that pretend to be organic political accounts from America, when they're reposting Chinese, the foreign ministers' tweets and then Chinese state media, you can kind of figure it out.
I hate to say this, but America's so gullible when it comes to this stuff. American people are so easily taken advantage of, is the correct word. It's not their fault, but, you know, political infighting is part of American society, and it has been for forever. It's basically part of the fabric of how America works. And China's figured out it's so easy to just get in there and divide America.
Because if you pretend to be one side and then they see that's not working, then they just do the other side.
They don't even they just do both.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
They just do both.
But they'll weigh in more on whatever's like working better at the time.
Correct,
so.
yes. You know, so they'll get in on liberal issues, they'll get in on conservative issues, whatever, but they're just a disruptive force, and they've got so much money behind them.
Right, left, center. If you're an American, China's your enemy.
Yeah.
It is 100%. We're in that realm now.
Yes.
China as a state.
They want America to fail.
Here is, again, your political opinion can be wildly different than mine.
Yeah.
But if you're American, we're both American, and we have a hell of a lot more in common with each other than you do with an MSS agent sitting in Beijing that's trying to run these pot farms against you.
And it's so disheartening to see this foreign money
Influence campaigns.
coming in and paying off big influencers and, you know, people that other people trust and follow to basically divide the American population. It's horrible.
Yeah.
We should stop listening to all these dumbasses and actually just work together, because right now there is a big crisis going on and we need to band together. We don't need to be fighting each other. It's not going to help anything.
So regardless of your political views, just be aware that this is happening. So if you get all of your information from the internet or from influencers, or you see people showing up to a rally or a protest, sometimes there are people and organizations that are funding this that don't have the best interest of America. And if you are caught up in it and you can only see through one lens, you might become very enamored by a certain political view or take, not realizing that the goal isn't set by your leaders. It's set by foreign powers that want to see America diminished. So if you like the place that you live, the land that you dwell, try to make it the best you can while you're there. If there's something that's dividing people, try to come together and talk about it. It's the warriors behind keyboards and all of this stuff that is getting in the way with the AI and the bots That's not what I hope those things were designed for. I do hope that they were a tool to help people in the future. But for now, it's like a weapon of modern warfare. So watch out. The attack is on. Guard your mind. Protect your thoughts. Don't just let everything in. Don't believe everything you see. And when there's a disagreement, sometimes the easiest way to resolve it is just to get eyeball to eyeball with someone and talk it out. So until the next time, create your world. Stay creative.